Boom. Both up somewhat fast at the same time. That's a good thing. Woo. Hey, everybody. It is Thursday. Ooh, it's the last day of the week for me, at least, on doing the videos. Hey, let me introduce myself. Hey, I'm Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. Today is Thursday, like I said, June 8th. It's been kind of a good day, but a long day. Lucas was coughing a little bit earlier. He did some water park. He wasn't feeling 100% yesterday, so I think he might have caught something. So we're going to see how that goes, see how bad he is tonight. I'm hoping not as bad as I'm in my head, I think it is, but I'm hoping he'll be okay. But, you know, he's a boy. Let's toughen it up a little bit, survive a little bit. He'll be okay. That's what I'm hoping for. Boom. All right, so let's get into it as we get into it. Let's talk about our Kickstarters. I put some new ones up and I took some old ones out. I just thought they needed to change the pace because things weren't getting as exciting as I wanted them. But of course, number one I'm checking out. The number one I'm checking out is Top Secret. 10 more days. Yeah, I know. You're like, dude, why are you like so on this Top Secret one? Because I told you, without Top Secret, I wouldn't have been in business. So I'm very serious about that one. That one's an automatic support. Wandering Watchers, I know is doing well. Zombicide, I haven't checked today. I'm going to guess 2.4. 2.4? Oh, 2.39. It's almost 2.4. I mean, hey, they're moving slow. This is their slow period with only their $2.39 million. You know, even when I say that, it's kind of like, ugh, it grits in my teeth. I'm like, that's ridiculous kind of money. That's good money, but that's ridiculous kind of money. And I had to, yeah, Top Secret New World Order is awesome. Yes, of course. That's what we're all going to be supporting it. Pathfinder Kingmaker, the video game version. They asked for $500,000. They're at $250,000, a little over $250,000. So they're doing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I'm debating about supporting this. I can't even front on this. I want to support it, but Paizo and their video games are not always their strongest thing. You know, I mean, let's just be honest about it. So, you know, I am worried. I don't know how great it's going to be or good it's going to be, but I assume it's going to be good/great. But, you know, I got to see some more stuff. But, you know, once again, the people involved are all top-notch people. You know, so I know that's not a problem. It's just, you know, they got beaten up last time. But once again, I mean, the guys working on the game. I mean, you are talking about legendary designers. I mean, good Lord. But, you know, you're worried. You're worried. You're like anybody else. You're worried. You want to make sure this thing goes off well and make sure this does well for everybody. So I'm not jumping in on this one. Yeah, you know, they burned a lot of people. You know, I mean, yeah, Sean's right. But at the same time, I cannot not look. I mean, they got some cool stuff going on. I'm like, well, maybe it'll be awesome. So I'm going to, you know, wait. I'm going to put that as a strong wait position, you know, like I would do with stocks. I'm going to wait, see what happens, gives me a little more confidence, and then I'll get in. Next up, supporting our Patreon buddies, and Clinton, Owen, Raging Swan, at the Ask a Pathfinder. You know, you should be supporting them. They're putting out products, they're trying stuff, and they're giving away a lot of content for free. So I think we should find ways to make them successful. And, you know, I already feel about Owen and Clinton. So it's like, it's not even a question of, do I think they do good work? Do I think they can do good work? Yeah, come on, man. If they don't do good work, then I'm basically out of business. Let me just not even try to be pseudo cocky. Just be honest. You know, those guys know what they're doing. They're pretty good. You know, he's pretty good. You know, pretty damn good. But hey, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Next up, of course, a little self-promotion. New Exodus going well. I'll talk about that later. Boom. Stonemeyer. I didn't check if they put anything out new today. I was kind of busy, you know. Oh, there's a new one. There's a new lesson. Uh-oh. Kickstarter lesson number 227. Click me, share me, like me. I'm sure this is going to be important because I know I've used all those tactics myself. But they're important. If you don't think they're important, you shouldn't be watching the show. You should be paying attention. Just saying. Black Diamond, of course. I think put a video out yesterday. They put the video, but I think they put something out today. I have to check. And of course, Gary Vaynerchuk, which is standard reading material here. And then new on the scene. I guess. Okay, so I'm the only thing that I saw today that was really new. So yeah, I mean, we're still working on the first adventure for Kaga for their legacies. But that's not what the topic was today, because I got an email today and it kind of hit me again. It's like, hey, I want to get into do this. Oh, sorry, Caps. I want to get into do this. I want to be a publisher. I want to get involved. What should I start working on first? And it kind of hit me, and I'm like, ugh. So I'm going to send you some contradictory information right here. So just understand, I will conflict with myself, but it's okay because they're important for different things. If you're just starting out, if you are less than a year old in this business, I think the smartest, most intelligent thing you can do as a person involved is, number one, get out as much product as you can. This goes back to my release a product every week syndrome. I'm a big believer of that. I think that grabs market share as fast as possible. I think it's good for the short term. I think it's something that any smart company, you do it. You want to get known? Get out there. And it's got to be regular content. It can't be, I made one product here and then 8 months later I made another product. You're done. You're a waste of time. It's got to be like, 1 week I put out a product, 1 week I rest. Next week I put out a product, next week I rest. That's how you need to, and then you need to at least get to at least a one a week. If you get to one a week, you can grab a lot of market share very quickly if you pick the smart product. And if you're early in the development cycle of the actual thing you're making product for. Right now, doing that for Pathfinder, there's already 30, 40 companies that put out product. And out of those 30, 40, probably 5 or 6 and 7 do weekly releases. I don't even do weekly releases. I do barely quarterly releases. But I also have so much product that it's easy for me to put out products on a regular basis where I can go, oh, here's some more new product. Here's for my fans. Here I'm doing a Kickstarter. Here's another big book. So I'm at that stage. It's a little different. But for a new guy, that's a great way to grab real estate. But really, you got to take the long view. And this is something that a lot of guys don't do. A lot of the bigger companies, and they're talking the big names of third party. I mean, the big guys. They very much do the release a product every week, but they don't have something to support long term. Look, when I did New Exodus, I knew, I'm like, okay, I don't want to just put out stuff for Pathfinder. I just want to put out stuff and just fire away, because everybody's doing that. I need to build some IP that I can directly connect to what I'm doing and build something off of that. I knew that was the most important thing. Very much like getting organized play, this is something very important that you have to do. It isn't even a question. It isn't even an idea. You have to do this, because without it, you're not going to have enough wherewithal when the small, tiny products compete with other people's small, tiny products. You need something that has you standing out. And, Neo Exodus was that for us. We started that before, when it was 3.5, and then we brought it over to Pathfinder when it was early on, and now we revamped it again. So we kind of put ourselves in a perfect position to be at. We were there at the beginning at Pathfinder. There weren't that many campaign settings, and then we revamped it with a new release just recently of the the actual. Well, I can reach down here to somewhere. Oh, there it is. Boom. Boom. We got our whole book here. Yes, this is the messed up one. That's what makes it cool. And it's like, boom. Oh, we got a whole book. The book is here. This book is, this is the black and white. This is $26. You want the full color one? It's $40. In the campaign setting, you get classes, you get spells, you get feats, you get monsters, you get the whole planet. Boom! You can take this and run. All you need is basic Pathfinder stuff. Boom! You got a whole setting right there. You don't have to buy anything else if you don't want to. But we have tons of other stuff to support it that's there readily available for you. We have about 30, 40 books. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them are actually books that are now, well, I say books. I should really say supplements and PDFs. Some of the stuff's in here, like some of the weapons. Like my favorite one, let me see if I can get it real quick. If you ever wondered what my favorite weapon out of all of Neo Exodus is, where are you? I gotta find it. There it is. Grass cutter. Grass cutter is my favorite weapon, because really it's really a club. But in the hands of the right people, it doesn't become a club. It becomes a pretty massive sword. So it's kind of one of those things that just it's a cool idea, and it came out very well. Icarus Sting, another great piece that went from something else. So it's we had stuff out there for people to buy. So I knew when you were going to buy the campaign book. We also had Brother Products for you. We've got our Secret Society books, all 3 of them. Enemies of Neo Exodus. We've got 3 or 4 of them. And we're still putting out new products. We have another one I have to actually finish up and pay the writer, because he wrote it, and I got to pay him, and I have to do that. I just have to. I've been putting it off. It's my fault, not his. So, you gotta get out there and just put out amazing work. You got to hit the long view. If you're going to do a campaign world, I get it. everybody wants to do a campaign world, but let me put this in perspective for some people, because some of you won't get this. This entire book for Neo Exodus is exactly 272 pages. That includes the campaign, the setting, the world, everything. You can grab this book and play with this game for the rest of your life with this. That's all you need. And remember, I said it's 270. Now, the history, because the history is important, but some people get in the history of books. I'm going to write novels. We're not writing novels, we're writing good stuff. The history of Exodus, if you want the entire thing to, like, from the earliest point to now, is 24 pages. That's it. 24 pages will tell you everything about the history of Neo Exodus. And I use 27 pages, but I mean, let's not kid it. Some pages, this way, have half art on them. Well, let me not lie. A lot of pages, this way, geez, have half-page art on it. So it's really not that long. It's probably, I'd say 10, 12 pages. But think about that. That's it. That's our entire history. It isn't like something, I've seen guys who write history like 50 pages long. Thank you for putting together this great novel you put together. I will probably never play your game, but the history is so convoluted. Who's calling me right now? Oh my God. I can't talk right now. People don't seem to know when I do my show every day at the same time. People still want to call me at that exact moment. I don't understand that. It'll be one of those things. I'll call them back. It's a family member. So I'm hoping it's not a major thing. If they call me again, then I know it's something bad and I might have to do this short. But I'm trying to tell you all, you got to plan ahead. And we planned ahead for Neo Exodus. We sat down and thought about, what makes it different, what makes it unique, what puts us in a position that we can make cool IP off of this. That's all you have to do. And I mean, you really got to sit down and think about it. Don't do I want to do a cool setting because I want to do a cool setting. Take your ego out of this. Take your ego completely out of this. Okay, it's a voicemail. That's good. Take your ego out of this and figure how you can make this an awesome, awesome piece that people will enjoy and want to play. And I don't mean like one time or like 10 times. I mean like 100, 200, 500 times. They'll keep coming back and saying, this is a great world. I love playing it. It's so cool because of this, this, this. And, people who've told me for the living campaigns have said that to me. What is your unique selling point that makes ours better than, organized play and Pathfinder Society? And, I stuck with a rule that I thought made sense, and friends who told me, what you do in the game matters in the setting and matters in the environment. You're going to do things that are going to have repercussions. They might not have them for like one adventure or two adventures, but you will notice things that come up again and again, and things you've done that affect other stuff. We want to tell a story, but we actually want you to be involved with the story. We don't want you just to be like, kill monster, get treasure. I've said that many times. I really hate that. I think that's a bad idea. I think that's what a lot of video games are. I kill monster, get treasure. Yay! If you killed monster, change the world, that might be kind of interesting. Or even don't even kill a monster. Maybe you had to save a monster. There's lots of great stuff you do, but you got to plan out long term. You got to think long term. You got to think. And I said, I'm not just doing role playing. I'm trying to do fiction too. That's why we got Eric's got to be writing them for us, because I knew when I'm creating this, I'm really creating fiction. I need to build iconics. Oh my God, look, if you're doing a campaign setting, build iconics, because really what you're doing is building characters that you can sell stories on. And, it ain't that brilliant. I've said it before. Build iconics, and a lot of people don't want to listen to that, which I don't get. Build iconics. I build iconics. And here's the cool part. We built playable iconics that you can play them. Now we're going to go back and tell you the history about them. Now we're going to tell you the history based on some of the stuff that Eric Scott has written. We're going to do stuff that I want to put up for certain characters. So we're going to add our regular characters we always had and a cool history attached to them. Ta-da, ta-da. Also, if you want to be really, really good at this, you need to find a gateway product. Something that they can try, use, and enjoy that gets them into your setting. Our gateway product was Chronicles of the Gatekeeper. Chronicles of the Gatekeeper was really about Neo Exodus. It was 100% about Neo Exodus. And it was a way for me to get people to go, oh, look, I like Neo Exodus, or I want to play an adventure. This is a cool setting. I've never seen this before. Oh, cool. And then you continue on. That's why Neo Exodus is built the way it is. But here's the key that made it for me. When I was building the setting, I just realized something. Sorry. When I was building the setting, I wanted to put in somewhere they could travel and get people to come there, because that's something I learned by watching Star Trek. They get a starship and they go place to place every week. That's a cool idea, but since we're not playing in a wagon train kind of thing, and we can go to place, but it's all like horseback. You got to find a way to get cool people to where you are. So we built ours with, for lack of a better term, wink, wink, stargates, because that's really what they are. They're stargates. The Nexus Gateway is a stargate. You can call whatever you want. It's an ability it's a way that people can travel from planet to planet, or even around the actual world of Exodus, and at a moment's notice. And that made it very much like Deep Space Nine, where you can bring cool things to it. You can keep the original view, like here's what this world looks like, and here's a cool thing you can add to it, or here's a cool thing you can subtract from it, and still get the cool thing. Oh yes, you play dwarves and elves. That's great. You don't have them on Neo Exodus. You can bring them to New Exodus. Oh my God, this is a very different world. What's this like? And then you basically integrate worlds on like that, and you can put on as much as you want, or you can take off as much as you want. That's what you got to think about. I just saw a product that came out. Jason over at Legendary Games has a product called Stargates. Stargates. That I've got to pick up. I haven't picked up yet, but I'm going to pick up. I'm going to be pretty cool and be like, hey, can you toss me a free copy? Because I'm going to check it out, because I think there's probably something in there that we probably already talked about in New Exodus and in Chronicles of the Gatekeepers. So I'm sure we can tie to it and move on, because there's a scene in Chronicles where you meet with major guys from third-party companies. There's a scene where all the bad guys are talking, and it's like every major bad guy from the other third-party companies. A lot of people don't know that. What we thought was hilarious is like we basically tell you, these are the characters from this thing. If you recognize them, you play it. We did that on purpose because we want there to be interaction around third party. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Getting third party to work together as a team is really the best long-term goal. See, my long view is we're going to all work together, and we can do something as simple as, building it from the whole Stargate, Nexus Gateway concept, or two other ideas that came up. I mentioned one a couple of days ago. Did I mention it? I don't think I mentioned. Actually, I mentioned another video. Sorry. So we have two concepts. One of them is called the Hive. The Hive is our high-tech prison. Well, not really high-tech, but it's our high-end prison that all the really dangerous criminals go to. It isn't your typical prison that you send like the rogue bandit. Oh, I stole it. Yo, check it. You ain't going to. You send somebody to the Hive. It's high-end. You are the worst of the worst. This is where we're going to keep you. And these cells are specifically made for these kind of bad people. And that's because that's always been a weird thing. It's like you capture the guy, you kill him. Where do you put him? So this is this whole thing. So the way the Hive was built, it's also interdimensional. So it's in lots of different places on lots of different worlds, and they all have entrance points to it. They go in, boom, they're inside the Hive. It's a demi-plane most likely, and every part of the pieces approach like that and attach. So you can drop off your prisoners. They'll take care of them. You pay them money to keep them in there and stuff like that. Bada boom. There's that whole thing going on. The other side to that is what I call the Infinite Library. The Infinite Library works very much the same way. It's this huge library that's in one location in the multiverse, but it has lots of connections to go there. So you have like little doors with like Infinite Library. It's like, okay, great. You go inside, it's the TARDIS. It's much bigger on the outside. So you have all this knowledge accumulated in one place, but everyone can get access to it all over. And, it's a great way to connect the worlds. And you could talk about, here's the Infinite Library, and this is what it does. And I keep saying that I'm going to put out a separate source book for it, because I'm going to leave everything open in the Infinite Library. It really is not. It's not a New Exodus thing. Here's a cool thing that you can add to any world, kind of like what Freeport did. You can place Freeport in any world of third party. I think you still can for third party in Pathfinder. I know the guys at Arcanus had an island where Freeport exists. I've always debated about putting one on Neo Exodus, but I'm like, I don't know, because it's such a different thing. But we might put it on one of the farther places we haven't even seen yet. And here's Freeport. So it's kind of that thing. But that's still a debate. But the idea of doing the Infinite Library, we can get. Really, all it would be is like you go to people and say, hey, we're in this cool thing, the Infinite Library. Maybe you could add like 2 pages to it, and we give away for free, and people could download it, and we keep adding pages to it and adding stuff to it. So eventually, we have this whole big product. They become this free product we give away, or it's free product that we can find a way to split it somehow. I still don't know how, really, but maybe one day. But the idea is there. You can take the Infinite Library; it'll be all open content. It's not Neo Exodus. It's just open OGL content for Pathfinder that anybody can use and put in their stuff. We have an Infinite Library in our setting. Oh, great. Well, I know what the Infinite Library is about. Okay, great. They got one. And then you can get this, and you basically can connect the settings so easily without doing, a lot of extra work. So just a thought, but once again, I took the long view of this. I knew what I wanted to do. I planned out a long time for this. Even doing this organized play and trying to get this off the ground and get this focused. It's difficult. It's difficult because we've got a lot of moving parts. And I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of moving parts in this. So much so I know why people always hear people say, "Oh, they're going to do organized play." Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of upfront work. It's a lot of back end work. And at least we're trying to figure out the back end work now by doing, like I said, we're going to do 18 adventures for our year 1. And we're going to do 4 adventures for our year 0, which is, starting at Gen Con and going to run all the way through 2018 Origins. And then year 1 doesn't start to Gen Con. Year 1 doesn't start a year from now. It doesn't start for a year from now. And we're just finishing up the adventures now for season 1 for that. And they're going to be free. We're not making money off these. So we got to find ways to generate money and interest. So that's why I said, hey, let's do these 4 adventures. Let's get people excited and hyped. And then October, we do the Kickstarter. And the Kickstarter will be like a month. We're not even taking that long. It's going to be a month. And while the Kickstarter is going on, we're still going to be writing adventures for year 1. We're going to get that stuff done. All I'm going to do is be able to pay my guys and do cooler stuff. Because, I mean, we have a lot of... Do I have a quick... Let me see if I can give you the quick version. But of course, I go to the wrong thing when I'm trying to do something. Never happens the way you want to. Because the rewards we want to do... Oh, I used the wrong one. Oh, that's funny. And some of the rewards we want to do are pretty nice rewards. If you're a player... where is it? You can start. Boom. The rewards for the player. Okay, so season 1. Let me give you this. I'm gonna read this really quick, and then I'm getting out of here because I'm tired and my throat's hurting. All right. To get the Kickstarter we're doing for a $6,000 goal. That's always been our main goal. And then for everything else after this point, this is going to be all the good Lord stretch goals. They're $2,000 a piece for each one of these. What I tell you. So just go along. So the next one. You get 10 adventures minimum. That's where it starts. And all the legacy adventures cost $4.99. We got to make some money on them. That's just the way it is. Next up, we're going to be doing an equipment encyclopedia. You can figure out what it is. New mundane and magical items and weapons. Boom. The next one up, we're going to do 3 additional adventures to those original 10. So now you got 13. The next one up, we're doing a Neo Access Legacies Tales by Eric Chapter B. And then all the Legacy Season 1 adventures, we're going to lower the cost by $1, so now it's $3.99. After that, we're going to do 5 encounters, which are 5 side treks. They're going to be non-combat. They're going to be actual role-playing. That's what people want to do, that kind of stuff. We have that. We're going to do a creature codex, because I want to do a creature codex, because you want to do more monsters. Then we're going to do 3 more adventures, and all the Neo Access Legacy adventures for Season 1 are going to go down to $2.99 each. See, the more we go into it, the more money we make, the more we lower the price, because we know we won't need as much money because we're getting all this cool stuff, so we can lower the price. Next up, there'll be more creatures for the Creature Codex. Next up, a GM screen and a Legendary Tales by Eric. Next up, more equipment, and then Neo Access Legacy Season 1 Adventures drop to $1.99. Not bad. Next up, more additional equipment for the Equipment Encyclopedia. Next up, Legendary Tales, another one by Eric Scott to be. He's gonna be writing a lot. He's got that's 3 already, so I cannot wait to see what's gonna be writing. And then next up, vault raids. We want to do vault raids. We've talked about this before. We talked about it in the private one. If you don't know what vault raids are, go check out. Sign up to Neo Access Legacies, and you can find out what vault raids are. It's kind of cool. Just saying. And then at that point, we're also with the vault raids. We're going to lower the price of adventures down to 99 cents. Next up, more equipment, of course. Then next up, here's a big one that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, ooh, we'll be adding psychic magic to Neo Access. We've always had psionics. We've always had, because our setting has psionics, it always has. We'll be adding this because there are people who play. There are people who like psychic magic. So we want to not make it exclusive, make it inclusive. So that's why we're going to put that on with them. Boom. Next up to that, then it goes Season 1 completely free for players and GMs. That's right. We were going to be giving away adventures for free at that point. We get to that level, it's great. Now the next ones are a little more expensive. Next one's like 3,000 or 5,000. The next one is a 3,000 Season 1 Battle Interactive for Origins. Yes, I want to put a Battle Interactive together for Origins. I want to get GMs for it. I want to run it. I want it to be big. And I can't tell you what it is, but I will tell you that it will involve, a big army facing another big army, and you get to play it out. And there may be some awesome stuff going on that have massive repercussions to the game. The next one up, we're going to make 4 Kickstarter exclusive adventures playable only by the donors or at our special retail stores, our Citadel level stores. That's right, we're calling them Citadel stores. Next up, the next one, Hero Lab. You'll do a whole system that you can put all your stuff for heroes in Hero Lab for us. We're going to pay someone to do it, find somebody good, pay someone to do it, get it done right so you can not have to worry about, oh, I don't know, I don't do that. Boom, it's on Hero Lab. You got Hero Lab? Yeah, great. You've already got it. You're halfway there. And then finally, this is all for season 1, the big one. This is the big, huge one. This is, if we hit this one, it's going to be crazy. And this is a $5,000 one we're asking for. This is no joke. It's LPJ design goes to PaizoCon 2018. That means I'm going to fly not only myself, but Michael McCarthy and Jeff and maybe a couple other guys to go to PaizoCon to run games and play for Neoxys Legacies right there. I'm going to go, well, not really I'm going to go, but we're going to go and have a great time. We're going to be pumping up everything. We're going to go, that's right, we're going to PaizoCon to run our organized play at their event and let their fans see they like Pathfinder, they're going to love this. They like organized play, they're going to love this. That's how crazy it's going to be. So I cannot wait till we get to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And that's for season 1. We also have rewards for season 2, and it continues on. Like we built this out like this to make this. Now, that's one version. I might be stealing an idea and a version. I can't lie about this. Or we'll be stealing where, okay. I'm trying to be quick, but I didn't realize I've been talking so long. I'm such a blabbermouth. All right, so instead of doing the rewards like every 2,000, we're going to do something that we saw from our buddies over at Stonemeyer Games. They suggested for another Kickstarter did this. So the Kickstarter is like, at the beginning, they get to 6,000, you get the adventures, 10 adventures like that. Then you get to choose a path A or path B. Now, path A you can get 3 adventures, then 3 more adventures, and then it goes to all Neoxys Legacies adventures are $3.99, and then 5 encounters. Those last 2 are by themselves; they're all their own things. The other 2, the 3 adventures, that's on the A path. On the B path, you have the Equipment Encyclopedia and the Creature Codex. The cool part is you get to pick which one. You're going to be able to vote which one you want to go. You want to take the A path or the B path. And if you pick one or the other, okay, you didn't do those adventures. All right, we're going to go. Then we have another level. Boom. So it keeps going back and forth, and you get to make choices in what you want to see, what you want us to add, what stuff you want us to put in. You determine that. That's how cool it is. I love this idea. I really do. And I'm still debating about doing it. There's still some stuff I'm like, I'm not 100% happy with. Because like, oh, but if I do this, I got to get rid of this. And if I don't do this, we got to do a lot of that. But it gives people choices. It always gives people choices. And that's the cool thing. And that's really what we want to do, is give people choices of cool stuff they may want to do. It's just that simple. The cooler stuff we do, the more choices they get. The more choices they get, the more cool stuff they want to do. I love this. This is awesome. All right. That's it for tonight. It's been a great night. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me ramble again. Like I said, I'm going to keep talking about this stuff for Neoxys Legacies from now to October. So if you're bored of it already, don't worry. You're going to really be bored of it. Only way you're not going to be bored of it is if you support us and check us out, see what we're doing, and help out. Because you're going to see some awesome stuff. Don't look. You don't even know. You don't even know what crazy ideas I'm coming up with. You don't even know what crazy ideas I'm giving to Jeff Lee to do crazy stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'll tell you the one. I said this one already on public, but so I haven't actually done it yet. But I want people to understand. So I'm thinking of crazy ideas, but of course we're doing more enemies of Neoxys. And I kept saying, geez, I wonder what kind of classes I can make to do. What villain haven't I made that I want to do that people have seen? And everybody knows I get inspiration from villains from comic books, so not a big surprise. And the biggest inspiration I got just recently, my God, man, this came to me and I was like, I should do this. This is awesome. So of course I'm watching Avengers films and I'm like, I wish I had some better villains. I like Ultron, and we kind of did Ultron already when we did Syrinx. I mean, it just happened to be that way. We picked Syrinx, and then Ultron was announced to the Avengers. Like, whoa! We saw that a mile away. I mean, that book was out a year before the movie came out. So it's like, oh, you like the movie? Well, here's the fantasy version of it. So that was great. So the next villain, I said, I would love to do Kang. And people were like, who's Kang? Kang the Conqueror is a big Avengers villain. He's a time traveler. He's also directly descended from Nathan Richards, Reed Richards' father. So that is probably one of his descendants. And he's also a bad guy from the 40th century. So he's a time traveling guy who steals stuff. And I'm like, well, how would I build this? Could I build this super duper guy that is nothing? And I said, you got to build like kind of a hybrid class, or just back and forth with levels. And I said, oh, well, of course, we'll one have to buy Machine Smith, because you're going to need all that cool stuff, gadget stuff. Cool. And then I said, oh, I know it would be awesome. We could add to it. And I go, you could do the Time Thief with it. So Time Thief, Machine Smith, boom, Kang the Conqueror, done. So now I'm getting inspired. I got a good idea, and I'm going to put it together. And I'm hoping to pitch it to Jeff soon, because I know he's got to work on it. But Jeff's a busy guy. He's also got a lot of work. He's under some stuff. But I want to pitch him that to get him really excited about that. And I think it's going to be great. I think he's going to enjoy it. I think, and the tilt, instead of it being, I mean, it's kind of the theme-wise, I keep thinking Egyptian. But then I realized that, you know, if you know anything about Kang, he's also Ram Tut. He's also a Mortis. He's also the Scarlet Centurion. So when you time travel, a lot of things happen to you. That's all I'll just say. So I'm thinking that maybe we'll do some kind of version like that. But I don't know. I'm still thinking. I said we're still very rough in this. All I know is I think it's going to be awesome. I haven't thought of an awesome name yet, but I want an awesome Egyptian type of badass long name. So when you hear this name, you're like, oh, yeah, that's somebody you don't want to mess with. That's what I'm saying. All right. Thank you all for watching. As usual, we always appreciate it. And, of course, if you want to subscribe, you can go over here. I think it's over here. Go over here. Over here is a little button that pops up on YouTube. You can subscribe. Or if you're a fan on Facebook right here in front of me, because my camera is, it's really just the same camera. You can go and sign up here. Or you can go and sign up on our company website. Or you could sign up on Neoxys Legacies. We want you to sign up on Neoxys Legacies so we can get more information, see stuff you'd like. That's important. That's why I keep pushing it. That's why I keep talking about it. You're going to get tired of it, but I am not going to get tired of saying it. Just don't forget that. All right. Well, I'm getting out of here. We'll be back on Monday with some cool new stuff. I'm hoping some great stuff happens this weekend, and we can see some more stuff. I've got some more books to read. I got some more research to do, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun. That's all I'm going to say that. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and watching. I always appreciate that. I really want to thank everybody just, coming out, because you could have been doing anything else. And, 30 minutes of your time watching this, or even you're watching on YouTube later, I really appreciate that. Because, I couldn't do this without you. So, as always, go tell your parents you love them. They miss you. They think about you. They're always caring about you. Go tell your children that you love them and they're fantastic, because they need to hear that kind of enthusiasm. I know my son does, so I appreciate saying that to them. And you should too. All right. I'm getting out of here. You all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you all on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Talk to you later.